Welcome back to our channel. We're Dale and Jace, two middle-aged Aussies with a passion for travel. In today's video, we're exploring Jason's home city of Norwich, located about 2 hours northeast of London. Norwich is a medieval city full of discoveries where history, culture and nature come together. With over 900 years of heritage, there's always something to explore.
Hello, welcome to the city of Norwich, a fine city, if ever there was one. In the background here, it probably is a cathedral built by William the Conqueror, so it goes back to the 10th century. Behind there is the Roman Catholic Cathedral in the distance. Not sure when that was built, but a couple of hundred years after at least. The first cathedral was built by William the Conqueror. We also have, unfortunately, a crane in the shot, but in front of that is the Castle of Norwich, also built by William the Conqueror, so dating back to the 10th century. It's obviously a medieval city. There's lots of city walls and ruins that are still existing today, and hopefully we'll get to show you some of those in a little bit time.
So here we are in the oldest pub in Norwich, which is the Adam and Eve. And it's actually built inside into the city wall, which is pretty fabulous. And you see Jace just walking along the city walls at the moment. Just incredible. Yep, so here we are at the front of the pub, and we are going to go and get a beer because it would be rude not to. Yes.
Is that low?
The beautiful Adam and Eve is at least 750 years old. A Saxon well still exists below the lower bar floor, and the remains of a medieval monk were discovered during cellar excavations in the 1970s. Today, it forms part of the city centre, just out of the way of traffic, and is a fantastic place to enjoy a beer on the terrace. This charming flint building on the banks of the River Wensum dates back to the 15th century and has an incredible story to tell. Believe it or not, this used to be a water gate where stone from Caen in France was ferried in to help build the magnificent Norwich Cathedral. Right here, a canal once ran beneath the very archway, allowing monks to transport materials directly from the river to the cathedral site. Imagine the bustling activity that once took place. Boats gliding in, workers unloading precious cargo. It's like stepping straight back into medieval Norwich. And this is the old ferry house built in 1647. It's named after John Pull, who ran the ferry service from here in the late 18th century. He was so well known that his name stuck, and Pull's ferry became part of Norwich's heritage forever. Even though the ferry stopped running in 1943, this spot remains one of Norwich's most beautiful hidden gems. Whether you come here for history, the stunning views, or just a peaceful moment away from the city's hustle and bustle, Pull's Ferry is an absolute must for your visiting list.
There's a bit of slice of history, isn't there? Yeah. Norfolk flint houses, and then the beautiful cathedral. It's incredible. And then you've got the Georgian houses here.
Norwich Cathedral was built almost 1,000 years ago, starting in 1096. It's one of the finest examples of Romanesque architecture in Europe. And yep, that massive spire you see ahead, it's the second tallest in England, after Salisbury. Every spring, peregrine falcons, the fastest birds in the world, nest right on the cathedral's spire. During the breeding season, the Hawk and Owl Trust sets up special viewing points near the cathedral so visitors can watch the falcons live. What I love about Norwich Cathedral is how peaceful it feels. Even today, it's still a working church with daily services, but it's also a place where anyone can just relax and take in the stunning features of this beautiful building. We entered the cathedral from a side entrance that led us directly into the largest monastic cloisters in the whole of England. Originally constructed during the Norman period, they were rebuilt between 1297 and 1430 after being destroyed in a riot in 1272. The cloisters of Norwich Cathedral served as a central hub for the Benedictine monks, connecting the church, chapter house, dormitory, refectory, and guest hall. There were spaces for study, reflection, and even hand washing before meals. Today, the cloisters are admired for their Gothic architecture and intricate roof bosses, including the famous Green Man carvings. Stepping inside the main cathedral, you immediately feel the history. The stone pillars, the vaulted ceilings, the beautiful stained glass, everything here has stories to tell. Back in medieval times, Norwich was actually England's second largest city after London, and the cathedral was the heart of it all. Over the centuries, it's survived fires, rebellions, even the Civil War. Unlike many medieval cathedrals, Norwich Cathedral doesn't have much original medieval stained glass because much of it was destroyed during the Reformation and later during the English Civil War. Puritans who disliked ornate church decorations smashed a lot of the glass. In the 19th century, new stained glass windows were installed, mainly in the Gothic Revival style. Some of the best windows depict saints, biblical scenes, and key moments from the cathedral's history. The cathedral has also embraced modern stained glass. Some contemporary pieces have been added, especially in the side chapels, bringing brilliant colour to the otherwise heavy Norman stonework. Norwich Cathedral also has its share of spooky legends. People have reported seeing spectral figures of monks gliding silently through the cloisters, especially near twilight. Some say they're the spirits of the original Benedictine monks who lived and died there before the Reformation. A grey lady is said to haunt parts of Cathedral Close. Some connect her to the nuns who might have visited the cathedral or to a sorrowful noble woman from the medieval period. Visitors also report hearing faint chanting, whispering or singing in the cloisters, especially when it's otherwise silent. Some believe it's the echo of long-forgotten monastic prayers. As we head out from Cathedral Close and through the old gates, we find Tombland, one of the most historic areas of Norwich. Despite its spooky-sounding name, Tombland actually means empty space in Old English. Back in Saxon times, this area was the main marketplace before the Normans built the cathedral. Tombland is full of medieval charm. In fact, the charming old building you see in front of you was the hottest nightclub in Norwich back in the late 1990s. Nowadays, it's filled with old pubs, quirky shops, and some really great spots to grab a coffee or a bite to eat. One of the best things about coming back to Jason's hometown is definitely catching up with family and old friends. Honestly, there's nothing like it. Whether we're gathered around the table at home, heading out for a cosy dinner, or checking out one of the city's amazing cocktail bars, there is always something special about being here. We love exploring new places that have popped up since our last visit, but it's also comforting to come back to our old favourites. No matter how much time passes, they never lose their charm. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you enjoyed this little look into our trip, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our future adventures. See you in the next one.